What's up, everyone? Welcome to the AM Take podcast. I'm Marv.
And I'm Amy, and we're two parts of this very awesome podcast.
Join us this week as we explore a variety of topics.
And this week, we'll be reminiscing on our memories growing up surrounding the spooky holiday of Halloween.
Yep, so let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
I guess.
You don't notice, but I'm wearing like a witch costume.
Are you?
Like...
Are you serious? Wait, I didn't know you were doing this. Wow, that makes me feel bad. Gosh.
No, I'm not. I'm joking.
Oh, wow.
I'm lying.
Thought we were... Wow, that's awful.
This is to be in the mood, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but Halloween's like a little bit of ways away, but this is cool. Thanks for that, though. I felt sad for a second. So what's how have you been?
I've been good. So this week I sold a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Get me some moolah. And aside for that, we decided to kind of getting rid of the garden bed, the summer crops or autumn crops, whatever you call it, and then just spreading out the strawberries. That one strawberry plant that we had, the mother birthed 20 other plants. And so we are looking at next year maybe having hopefully 100 strawberries to eat.
Wow. In your backyard?
In the backyard. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully if we do everything right, like if we fertilize it well and all that jazz. But yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be too hard, right? Strawberries aren't that hard to like propagate or grow, right?
It shouldn't be too hard, and especially because we fence the garden bed now, so the squirrels are not going to eat my strawberries.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, true.
And what about you? What have you been up to this week?
Oh man, well, went to see a friend's play.
Okay.
As you know, in Austin was ACL this past weekend.
Wait, they're starring in it?
No. This is completely different. This is before the actual ACL thing, but it was usually around this time, you have a lot of bands like play venues that are outside of the actual location, because sometimes people don't. You may have people or locals who want to go to free events, I guess, or cheaper events, and not the actual main thing that costs like hundreds of dollars or is packed and stuff like that. So they played at a small venue, but it was cool. It was cool to see them. I hadn't seen them for a while, and it's good to catch up as well too. So
when you say play, you're talking about like a music band, not like a theater play.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a band, and so
a
local band, and so I'd like the music they play.
That's awesome.
It's really, it's really chill. It's really good vibes most of the time, all the time actually. What am I saying? Most of the time, but it was a good time. Aside from that, just work has been hammering me. Lots of projects, lots of things to do at work, and our viewers might not know, or our listeners might not know, but I work in tech, and so it's just a lot of like projects that are trying to get done before the end of the year, before Thanksgiving break, and so everyone's pushing for that, and so just been dealing with that, but nothing else really for this week except that and this, and looking forward to our topic this week.
Oh, speaking of Thanksgiving, I heard that, because a lot of people eat pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
but I heard that sweet potato pies were superior to pumpkin pie. I don't think I've ever had sweet potato pie before.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I don't think so. I think I've only had.
Have you had pumpkin pie?
I don't quite like it.
Why?
Because I think to me it's like the nutmeg that's strong.
Oh, okay. I mean,
yeah,
I guess so. But yeah, I prefer pumpkin pie over sweet potato pie.
Oh,
it's just because it's less sweet, obviously, and it has that kind of like nutmeg taste to it that like cuts through the sugar. I think, in my opinion.
Oh, so you're like
prefer pumpkin pie.
Complete opposite.
yeah. I if it's too sweet, I cannot stand it. Like pecan pie. I don't know if you ever had.
Oh, I've had pecan pie. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, it's too sweet.
Man. It's way too sweet.
Marv is not a sweet tooth.
No, I'm not a sweet tooth. Like anything else, like salt, like sour, bitter, umami. all that's good, but like sweet is like only so much,
Mm-hmm.
and like on occasion. Well, it has to be balanced out.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But have you never had sweet potato pie?
I don't think so.
It's definitely good. Yeah, you should definitely
I was
if you
thinking
can find
of
some.
making one. If I mean, I've never really seen any sweet potato pies being sold here.
Oh yeah, that's usually a southern thing, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Southern United States thing, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. But
and
I'm very
yeah.
curious to try the taste because I don't know. I've been seeing these YouTube comments everywhere where they say how sweet potato pies are superior to pumpkin pies.
Oh, I mean, it goes either way. Really, either way.
I guess it's your preference. But
Yeah,
definitely,
have you had sweet potato though?
I've
Like
had
just
sweet
sweet
potato.
potato.
I like sweet potato. I do.
Okay, if you like sweet potatoes, then you'll probably like it
Okay,
more
fair
likely.
enough.
It's just like it's sweet potato pie. I mean, it's like
Mhm.
mushy It's like if you made oh my god, if you made mashed potatoes, right? But
Yeah.
with sweet potatoes, I think it's the same. But no, I don't think it's the same. Actually, no.
Hmm.
People who actually make it are probably gonna kill me. I'm like, how dare you say it's the same thing? Not the same, I guess. So yeah, why did you bring that up? You just randomly thought of Thanksgiving.
No,
You
I
thought
brought
about
that
sweet
up
potato
because you
pie.
mentioned Thanksgiving, and so with that, there's
Oh,
like the fall season, the
oh yeah.
sweater
Speaking,
weather,
yeah,
and it's
has it
getting
been pretty
colder.
cold where you guys are?
Oh yeah, and in single digits in terms of Celsius. So definitely getting
Celsius.
definitely getting colder by the day, and it's very typical of Halloween night sometimes to have snow.
Oh man,
Yeah.
guess how hot it was today?
How?
It was hot today.
Like how hot?
88 degrees.
What's that
Or what,
in Celsius?
33? 33?
Are you
32 degrees?
serious? 33
Yeah.
Celsius today?
32 probably, maybe? I don't know. I forget
No.
sometimes. Yeah, it was 88 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was pretty
Wow.
hot.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was the worst part though is it's cold in the morning. So it was like it's one of those days where
It's a good
you
thing.
get out. Yeah, I walked out today. And I had to go to the offices and to a few offices, and so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, it's pretty cold. And I'm like, should I grab my jacket? And I look at the weather, like 88. I'm like, oh god, I'm not grabbing my jacket. And as soon as I got my car, like the sun came out and I was warming up already. I was like, oh my gosh,
Wow, talk about
ridiculous.
a wide range in
Yeah,
temperature.
it's been but these past few days, though, it's been pretty chilly, and I brought out my jacket, brought out my long sleeve shirt, my sweater, and it
Mm-hmm.
was nice to be able to dress up a little bit. But then, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
only for the nighttime, and that was it.
Mm.
And it warmed back up right away the next day. So,
Mm.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
but hopefully, it won't be too bad in the next coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to it. I guess the topic this week is Halloween and
It
how we
is.
dedicated our lives to it as kids.
Yeah.
Well, for me, to start off with strong, I didn't, as a kid, I didn't celebrate Halloween much,
Oh
you
my
know?
God.
Yeah, I was raised Christian
Uh-huh.
and, my parents are Christian, so we didn't celebrate Halloween in the household.
Is that
And,
a thing? Like, is that standard in all Christian household? You don't celebrate Halloween?
I don't know. I
Okay.
think, it's iffy, I guess. Some do, some don't. And for
Mm-hmm.
us particularly, we didn't, And so it was interesting Halloween time because as a kid, you see all these commercials and you see all these movies like Halloween
Yeah.
Town and like Hocus Pocus, and you're like, oh wow, I want to do that. I want to
it's
go
fun.
trick or
You get
treating
to-
or hang out with my friends or whatever.
Right.
And like obviously Halloween time comes and it's like, oh hey, my parents come and they're like, oh let's go to church.
Right.
I'm like, why do I have to go to church and stuff? And so you go there, you see people like your youth group and stuff like that. You hang
Right.
out with them, and as a kid, I was very shy and stuff like that. I didn't really hang out with the kids at
Mhm.
church and stuff, and so it was very awkward because it just felt like, oh hey, you have to go and get babysat. But obviously, it wasn't that because my parents were there as well too. They weren't.
Right.
They didn't just drop us off. They actually participated and did all that thing. But it started as a kid and like it was always so hard to deal with because after Halloween, like the day after, you get on the bus, and kids are like,
Every
"Oh,
kid is eating
yeah, they
candy.
got bags of candy, right?" Here I am with like like a small bag of candy I got from church yesterday. And everyone's like, "Oh, what did you go as?" And obviously, I'd want to be part of the Discord, so I would lie. Obviously, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I was so and so, blah blah blah. I was Spider Man, blah blah blah,"
Oh,
And it was just ridiculous, as
okay.
as a kid trying to fit in, knowing that everyone is going trick or treating, like you're not, and
Right.
but the thing is that it only lasted for like a day because
Hmm.
it's only the day after Halloween that people ask you and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
then,
after
then the
that,
hype
it's
is
like,
over.
yeah, the hype is generally over. But it was like that for so many years. And it
Wait,
was just so.
but that bag of yours, the bag of candy that you get from the church, how big of a bag are we talking about?
Oh, it wasn't not even like a regular small garbage bag, because it wasn't that it was bad or anything like that. It was just that it's not the same as trick or treating
No,
because you
it's
go
not the
there
same.
and like, yeah, they give a sermon and you play games, you hang out and stuff, like you eat,
Hmm.
and they stay there till late, like 12 a.m. And
Okay.
so it's like I forgot what they call it. It's a lock-in, I guess, or something like that. And so yeah, that was the case. And as I got older, it was harder for me to like want to go to these things because it was
Hmm.
like, I was hanging out with my friends more. I was seeing them after school and stuff like that, and I wanted to do what they were doing. And
Yeah.
so it was definitely harder to, but I still kept with it and stuff. And it wasn't until college that I definitely deviated from this. So
Right.
I never really got to trick or treat. It was very few times that I did, and I think it was because like a friend explicitly invited me to go trick or treating with them,
Okay.
and I had to ask my parents, and they were like, "Oh, okay, it's okay." And those times, and those very few times, I either didn't have a costume or had something like quickly picked
Put
up.
together.
Yeah, and I remember this one time, and like I needed a costume. I didn't have anything, so we went to CVS, and at the CVS, they didn't have any costumes that were significant, but they had these like Phantom of the Opera mask.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not Phantom of the Opera, but Zorro, like the Zorro mask.
Okay, okay.
And it was sold at like the register, like, when you check out for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
99 cents or whatever. And I was like, oh, hey,
That was
that'll work
it?
perfectly.
That was
That
it.
was it. That was it. That was it. And then I got my bucket, my candy bucket, and that was like my costume. And I was like, oh man, I must have been like 8 or 9 or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, 8, 9, or 10, whatever.
Okay.
And I remember just going and like people just look at me and they're, oh, that's a nice costume. I'm like, oh my god. But obviously I was a kid. I didn't know to be embarrassed. I was just
Right.
excited to go trick or treating and
Right.
getting my candy. And so
Okay,
that
but
was
I'm
like,
curious. I'm
yeah.
curious because I know that the reason why you're not a sweet tooth, like you mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
was because I think you mentioned at some point to me it's because you ate too much candy as a kid.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
And where did the candy come from, Marv, if you didn't trick or treat?
Well, my parents still bought candy for us and stuff because it was cheap at the same time.
Okay.
And they did buy
Okay.
candy for the church as well too, to bring it to the event.
Oh,
And
I
sometimes when
see.
we didn't go, like the years that we didn't go, they would buy candy for the kids who actually do come trick or treating as well, because we lived.
Okay, they hand out candy.
Yeah, because we lived in a city, so we had like,
Okay.
we were in a neighborhood. There were houses all around us and stuff, so it was bound to have people come as well too. So,
Did
and
you guys
then,
decorate your house?
no, definitely not.
Not even?
No, not ever. The only time we ever decorated was for Christmas.
Okay.
That's probably why Christmas is my favorite holidays, because I have very fond memories of Christmas. But
Okay.
yeah, Halloween was yeah, it was interesting because when we lived in the city, we didn't give out candy much.
Uh-huh.
But when we moved to the suburbs, like it was more because it's the suburbs, right? And so you actually have people walking around
Yeah.
and going house to house. That's when my parents started buying candy,
Right.
not just for the church, but for handing them out as well too. But
Mhm.
yeah, as an 8, 9, 10-year old, like that was my first experience. I remember going with my friend Eric,
Yeah.
Eric Gonzalez, and we don't keep in touch with him. I haven't seen him since like fourth, fifth grade, and it was such a formative time for me because I was like, whoa, this is trick or treating.
Yeah.
This is like the thing.
Yeah.
But then that was like the first and the last time that
Oh,
like
okay.
I was allowed to go. Well, I don't even know if I was allowed to or not or whatever, but that was the first last time that I probably actually went willingly with my parents without telling them something and like actually going trick or treating when I'm not going trick or treating or something like that. Sneaking away or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very interesting in contrast.
Yeah, I know. I'm interested.
To-
I'm interested to hear how yours was. Goodness.
Because my mom never decorated. Well, we decorated once
Uh-huh.
for Halloween, and the kids came knocking on our doorbells, because there's a rule here, which is if it's a decorated house, you go
Oh,
ring at
okay.
it
Yeah.
and you get And if it's not decorated, you don't go ring the doorbell.
That's interesting.
Or ask for candy, right? And so we only ever did that once, and we handed out candy that year. But then we never did it again because my mom just realized that she doesn't like that. It was like a chore to constantly go and open the door every so often to give candy to random children.
Oh, wow, that's funny. Saw it as a chore?
Never,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So she never did it again.
Wow.
And then like even the other years, right? After that year, we still get doorbells like ringing at our door because see the kids from last year, they remember that this house in particular, they gave us candy last year.
But this year you guys didn't decorate or something like that.
No, we did decorate so that every year it would be like, okay, make sure you close the light.
Okay, I was gonna say because
so that they don't know
so
that we're here.
That's what I was gonna say because usually they turn off the light, they don't want you to bother them or something like that.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. But as for me, every year as a kid, we would go trick-or-treating. And let me tell you, this is one occasion and holiday and opportunity of the year that we get to have as much candy as we want because our parents never bought us candy. So if there was an opportunity and it was Halloween. So yes, we would go trick-or-treating. And my siblings and I, we worked hard for it, right? We would walk far and we would visit lots of houses. And we usually would be like the last ones on the street to come back home.
Mm.
And then when we're back home, then we just like pile all the candies together. And we have this huge bin of candies, right? And I remember also that at school, did they ever give you these like stupid orange cardboard boxes for UNICEF? When you go trick-or-treating?
Yeah, well, not for trick-or-treating though. I don't remember, but I remember those boxes. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. It was specifically for trick-or-treating. I remember it specifically because there were some...
But weren't they like, they designed to hope you put coins in?
Yeah, you put coins in. So then you would attach, like there were 2 holes. And then you would attach a string from one end to another, and then you would put it around your neck, right? And then I know it's for trick-or-treating because on the box, you would see these cartoon characters, and they would be dressed in vampire costume or mummies and all that.
Oh.
So essentially what it was is that every kid at school would get those orange boxes, and then when you go trick-or-treating, you have it around your neck, and the nice folks.
That's so messed up, though, because they don't have money available.
Okay. Yeah. No, but like they're not obliged to give money.
Yeah, I know, but it's still like you got these kids who are like trying to like ask for candy and money for UNICEF. Yeah. And UNICEF is one of those charities that most people respect, and so it's like, oh man, I'm supposed to be helping kids, right? I just want to give candy away, you know? Gosh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So then, like, a lot of people would have like a big bowl of pennies.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So that, like, when they open the door, they give out the candies to the kids.
They throw the pennies at the kids.
Well, they put it in the slit,
so
like, the box.
Oh, because they give one kid a penny.
They could give one kid a penny. They could opt for
2 pennies.
You know, if they were generous. If they were generous, 5 cents.
No
or
way.
Maybe like
oh my
a
God.
dime. Oh my God. And so this stupid UNICEF box turned into a competition every year amongst the classroom.
Oh, hey, that's not bad.
Who got the most amount of money, right?
Okay.
And you would always have these popular kids who would have like
hundreds of dollars.
Freaking no. Maybe like $5.
Oh, what?
But see,
I would give my if I had a kid. Oh man, if I were friends with you, I'd give you $5. Be like, hey, here you go.
No. Wait, you don't understand. These were like in the 1990s, right?
Yeah.
So $5 was a lot of money, okay? And I don't believe that. Like, if that kid went trick-or-treating like everybody else, she would at most get $1.50 in that orange box.
$1.50?
No, I'm serious. Because like, let's say that you go to 100 houses for trick-or-treating.
Wait, are we talking
right?
Canadian dollars or American dollars?
Yeah, I'm talking about Canadian dollars.
I don't know how y'all's denomination in quarters or in
but okay,
cents,
regardless, okay, it's 100 pennies for $1. Yeah. So let's say you go to 100 houses and you go trick-or-treating. Not every house is gonna give money for UNICEF.
Yeah.
So let's just say 50% of the houses give money.
But what if they?
So that's like,
what if they give a quarter?
Oh yeah, so there's some people that do give.
There you go, and then you said $1.50. That's only like.
Yeah, but most people are going to have a penny bowl, not a quarter bowl.
I don't know.
Like, they're not
out of 100 people,
generous.
what if you? Out of 100 people, if you get 6, you get 6 quarters. That's only $1.50. I think this is doable.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that because, like,
are you
come
still
on,
bitter
it's the
all
19...
these years, Amy?
No, wait. I have. There's a point to this. There's a point to this, right? So it was back in the day. It was in the 1990s. Ain't nobody gonna give as much as 25 cents per kid because that's a lot of money.
That's true. Understood.
To be giving random kids for free, right? So most of them are gonna have a penny bowl, and you would get at most maybe 5 pennies.
Wow.
Per household, like 1 or 2. Usually they just grab a little bit, a pinch, right? A pinch, and then they just put it in your box, right? And if you do that, normally you would end up with, I don't know, $1.34 at the end of the night.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
But
134?
These kids that end up with like more than $5 is probably because their parents gave more money.
Okay.
Just so that
they can win.
They win the competition.
Yeah. So what do they win?
And these kids, nothing.
Oh,
just bragging rights.
Wow.
But these kids, my point is, are probably the same kids that in high school we have to sell cookies. Like the school give us a box of cookies to sell.
Oh my god.
And we had to go door to door sell these damn cookies.
Wait.
And
oh wait, okay, go on.
And it's not for Halloween or anything like that.
Yeah, for fundraising, right?
For fundraiser, yes, exactly. A private, like not a private school, but a school's
school fundraiser.
So
yeah, I remember that. We sold candy bars.
Oh, okay.
But not cookies. Yeah.
So these kids that get like $5 in their UNICEF box are probably the same kids that would sell out their entire box of cookies. And let me tell you why. It's because they're like, Mom, Dad, like, can you take these cookies to your workplace if you work in an office and like ask your colleagues if they want. And so they would do very well.
Yeah.
With selling these cookies.
They sell boxes and boxes all the time.
Yeah. And I guess that's smart. That's really smart. But then the me back in the day would think that it's not fair because I had to go door to door and then would sell at most like 2-3 boxes.
Oh my god.
And
you did that door to door?
Yeah,
oh my god.
It was hard work.
Yeah, I have my parents like.
And I remember.
Yeah.
Yo, you were those kids?
No, I wasn't those kids, but
my
parents would my mom and dad would take a box each and they would sell it and that would be it.
Okay.
And if they wanted more, they would ask, but usually it was left to us to go sell door to door. But I never really sold much, very very many.
Right, but anyway, I would always end up last in class because I went.
Yeah, oh my god!
I went door to door, and then at some point I was stumped.
Kept track of you guys.
Yeah, they did. They did, and then like this is so wrong. This is like child labor. But
fair.
But I was.
What kind
stumped.
of cookies were these?
Oh, they were good though.
Were these like? Chocolate. I mean, I don't know if you guys have like Girl Scout cookies, but
it's like
is that
chocolate coated cookie? Like there's a chocolate layer on top, and there's like a buttery cracker on the bottom.
Okay, I don't know. We just had regular like candy bars and stuff. Well, they were like they were like. I don't know. I don't remember, but they were like candy bars. Some years they were actually like name brand. Some years they were not name brand cookies, or not cookies, but candy bars, and it was so random.
Yeah.
But I remember, did you guys have like prizes and stuff like that? You can win depending on how many boxes you sold?
Maybe we did. Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure you guys did because we did, and like they seem so cool, but man, they were trash though.
Yeah.
And oh no, I remember they always gave out these stupid did you ever have this other like fundraiser where you had not a coupon, a brochure or a catalog? It's
I
sold
think I remember that.
so like
Yeah.
candy and like Thanksgiving and like Halloween treats and stuff like that, and cookies and stuff like that, and for Christmas, and it looked really cool, and they wanted you to give it to like your family to buy and stuff. I hated those things. It was embarrassing.
No, but I do remember like some sort of not a contest, but you sell tickets for a draw.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we had that. Oh man, these fundraisers ridiculous.
Yeah, these stupid fundraisers, and you know what's wrong about these fundraisers is that you just automatically do it because they tell you to do it, but they don't explain the fundraiser to you. And so let me tell you that one day that I still remember to this day, that I rang the doorbell and I said, "Hi, would you like to buy some cookies for a school fundraiser?" And the guy asked me, "Fundraiser for what?"
For the school, obviously.
Yeah, for the school. But like he's like, "Yeah, but what are you gonna do for the school with it?" And then I had to come up with an explanation. And at the top of my head, I was like, planting new trees on the ground.
Planting new trees. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Repairing
the concrete
structures.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
I just came up with things on the spot.
These kids are gonna say
because I didn't know.
School. That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't know what the school was using that money for.
You know, you're right. I still don't know what these fundraisers were to this day.
Yeah. And that guy was the only guy my only customer that purchased 2 boxes of cookies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so I got discouraged, man. I went to a lot of houses and none of them wanted to buy my cookies.
Oh god, I hated those. Oh man, that's such a... Thanks for bringing that up. Goodness gracious.
Anyway, coming back to trick-or-treating and Halloween. Yeah, I would end up with a big bin of candies, but of course, at the bottom of the bin, as we eat the candies, as we eat the chips, we would end up with the ones that we don't like. You know, the Rockets, the Tootsie Rolls.
I hate Tootsie Rolls.
Holy smokes. Butterscotch.
Oh, I love okay, I like the butterscotch. As I got older, I liked butterscotch. But yeah, you're right. Butterscotch was like trash. And then, did you ever get those saltwater taffy things? Yeah. They were wrapped in different colors, like black, orange, and oh my god, I hated those.
I actually like them now, but I didn't before.
Okay, now? Oh, I hated them because like, you try to eat them, they'd be so hard.
Oh, it's sticky.
I know, I hated that. God.
Yeah.
And the Tootsie Rolls, my god, I hated Tootsie Rolls. And
because what are they? It's just like mainly corn syrup.
Yeah, and
it's just a little bit of chocolate and a lot of corn syrup.
Looks like poop.
Oh, it does. It does. It really does.
But yeah, my favorite candy was Crunch Bars.
Oh yeah,
I saw that as like the
Kit
number
Kats
one.
Were good.
You know, so
Crunch Bars were
good.
Good.
They had Kit Kats, or if they were handing out Kit Kats or Crunch Bars, then they were like top tier. If they hand out Snickers, but if they hand out like what is it, Midway? I think it was called the other one that looks like a Snickers, but it's not. No, what is it?
Caramel.
It is Midway. What is caramel?
Oh wait, you guys don't have that in the U.S.
No.
But caramel is basically you. There's like a caramel inside of the chocolate, like, and it flows.
Is it a bar like a Snicker?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think this... Oh my god, I'm going crazy now. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Midway. I don't know why. I keep thinking it's in Galaxies. But anyway, it looks like a Snickers bar, but it's not a Snickers bar.
Is it purple?
And...
Dairy milk, maybe?
No, it's not. It's still like brown, but it has different... The text is green instead of like red and blue like Snickers. Oh, I can't even think of it right now. But the difference is that it doesn't have the nuts inside. It just has the nougat, the caramel, and the chocolate. And I saw that as like second class, you know. I was like, oh wow, this person can't afford the real Snickers.
how you have tiers for the candy.
Yeah, like it was because usually when you go to a house and they gave you a Crunch Bar, you knew you're gonna get Kit Kat, you knew you're gonna get like Snickers, you know, you weren't gonna get any of that lower tier stuff like Tootsie Rolls or anything like that. But usually when you go to a place where you have Tootsie Rolls, they're gonna have those peppermint hard candies that are no name brand. Yeah. What else? The saltwater taffy, the like, oh, what is it? Those sticky like sugary candy that's like all different colors. Dots, I guess is what they call.
Wait,
I
nerds?
hated those. God.
I like nerds.
No, dots.
Oh,
Not.
I don't know what dots
Yeah,
are.
but yeah, if they gave nerds, that was top
Oh,
tier.
that was
for
top
sure.
tier. I love that house.
Oh,
that
yeah, for
one
sure.
house that gave nerds. So good.
Oh yeah, it's awesome because it was so much nerds. It was a box,
Yeah.
a small box, and like you can eat it right away,
yeah.
and because you can pour it into your mouth and then close it and then like carry it on with you.
Yeah.
I love the
It's
nerds.
fuel, man. It was fuel for your march.
Yeah, it was fuel, definitely for sure.
For your
Did you?
yeah.
Did you ever hear that if you go into a store in like Halloween, they give you money?
No
Did
way.
You guys ever
For
hear?
real?
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's not true, but I mean that's what we heard. We tried it a few times. I remember. We go to a store and we asked to trick or treat, and like they never gave us anything.
I remember though.
Never gave us anything.
I remember though that at some point, I think I was like 4 or 5. I remember going into a Dunkin' Donuts, and there was this old lady, and she was old, you know, she had white hair, and it wasn't a wig, and she was dressed as maybe like a fairy or something. And she had like a lot of blush on her face and exaggerated makeup on. And I remember she was giving out candy
nice.
at the Dunkin' Donuts. And it was such a weird place to give a candy because she was a customer. She's not even an employee.
Oh, okay.
But we went in, and then in order to get the candy, we had to kiss her on the cheek.
What?
And again, it was back in the day. It's the different time. It was in the 90s, and it was okay to kiss strangers apparently on the cheek. It is not okay anymore. But that was that.
Did you give her a kiss?
And I did.
Did she give you top tier candy?
I don't remember what the candy was.
Oh, it's
that was
probably
like 4 or 5.
Probably saltwater taffy.
Maybe. But look, listen. Trick-or-treating in Canada on Halloween night sucks. And let me tell you why.
Wait, why? At least you got to go trick-or-treating.
It is... Yeah, but it's too damn cold. It is too cold.
True.
When you're expecting snow, you have to put on your winter coat. And then if you put on your winter coat,
there goes your costume.
Well, you're hiding your costume.
Yeah.
So then you don't get to show off your costume. So
True.
That's not fun.
True.
But it was fun, though, I guess, for most kids when they go to school on Halloween day, because then they get to dress up at school. And then when you're at school, you don't have to cover your costume, right?
Yeah,
so then you get to show off to
Mm-hmm.
your classmates and all that. And I don't know for you, but it was every kid at school was dressing up. Very rarely kids won't dress up at Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, kids dress up for school and stuff like that the day after or the day of anyway. I never did. I don't think once I ever did. Not for Halloween. Yeah, just because.
But wouldn't you be like called out, or like wouldn't they think that you're weird if you don't dress up?
No, I don't think so. I mean, like I said, you know, with my school growing up, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like kids did it, but I went to school in the inner city, so it wasn't that big of like a thing. Halloween wasn't really that big, and people wore costumes. Some people did, some people didn't. It was fine because it was so many different people with different mixed cultures and stuff. So some people celebrate, some people didn't, and stuff like that. And so, yeah, and then even going into like middle school and high school, it wasn't that big of a deal to me, I guess. Mm-hmm. Maybe people thought I was weird, but I didn't see that because I got so used to the whole not celebrating, not particularly participating in trick-or-treating that I just never had a costume. So it never bothered me because I was like, I'm not going to buy a costume for this one day at school.
Right,
you know?
Right.
And at the same time, by the time I decided if I wanted a costume, there wasn't anything good as well too. I mean, the only costume I remember wearing was when I was really young. Mm-hmm. And besides that Zorro. Phantom of the Opera costume, mask, whatever. I think my mom bought me and my brother 2 costumes. Okay. It was of the WWE wrestlers. Or
Wait,
what was it called at the? Yeah, it was called WWF at the time.
Okay, yeah.
And it was like a policeman costume, but it was for the Big Boss Man.
Okay.
And so it was top police uniform, black pants, and it was like a one piece. So you slipped into it.
Wait, I'm
and
so
it
confused. I'm so confused. I thought you were saying like the wrestling thing. So like,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but that's him. That's him. That's his like persona.
oh,
Like that's the costume. Yeah, it looks like a policeman because he's the big boss man, and so that's how he dressed up.
okay.
And my brother, he had one, but his was for the Ultimate Warrior, which is more. It was one of the coolest like wrestlers ever, you know. But you have to remember these are like one piece things,
Right.
so you wear them over your body, and
Yeah, yeah.
they look so. I
Tacky.
mean, you know, yeah, they look great, but especially my brother's because he put his on right. So Ultimate Warrior is like this buff guy,
Yeah.
you know, and he doesn't have anything on except these tassels, you know.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
and
I'm
so my
having
brother
a
has
really
like
weird
abs.
image right now.
Yeah, he has all these abs and stuff like that. But because of One Piece, like the tassels aren't real, so they're part of his skin. So it's
Wait,
just so weird,
where,
man.
where are the tassels located?
They would just he had them wrapped around his biceps and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But because this is like because this is a One Piece costume, like he fit into it, and then
Oh
like
my
obviously there's no tassels or anything like that. It was so weird. Like I remember that being like one of the very first costumes, and I had the sunglasses, I had the baton, and it was this small like baton that looked like it was a scale version of like a real baton, but it was it was maybe like, oh man, like 3 or 4 inches long only, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a baton, you know? It was kind of sad that costume, and I think because of that event, I never wore a costume or wanted to wear a costume because I was like, oh man, is this all Halloween costumes are? You know?
Yeah, but
trash
didn't
like
you
this?
see
And
like
so-
other kids having their costumes? Like, weren't their costumes cool?
Yeah, but it never really bothered me, I guess, because I guess I was never really exposed to the fun side of Halloween. So
Yeah.
I was always told Halloween is devil worshipping, all that BS, you know,
Oh,
propaganda and
okay.
stuff. I didn't see the actual like fun in it, except for like the movies and
Right,
stuff,
right,
like,
right.
you know, like I said earlier, Hocus Pocus and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I saw how it was pretty cool. But as I got older, I realized it, but it was by that point,
It was too
you know,
late.
it wasn't
Like,
really
you're
until
too
like
old for this now.
yeah, it wasn't really until college when I actually took that back, I
Yeah.
guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, what costumes did you guys do?
Oh my god.
Or you found memorable?
Oh, okay. So first of all, this is a complaint because at school,
What?
when it was Halloween day, you can expect at least 50%, no, maybe 75% of the girls
Mm-hmm.
dressed up as so-called what they call baby,
Babies?
and they wouldn't be dressed up as a baby. They would just like wear their pajamas to school.
Oh, what the?
And then like put on pigtails, like really high pigtails.
Oh.
And then draw
Act
some
like-
freckles
so
on
act
their
like
face.
babies.
Oh yeah. Some were okay. I'll give them credit. Some had pacifiers, which
Wow.
okay. And then they would bring their what do you call them? The soft animal thingy, the teddy bears, just to complete the look. Some would have blankets. But anyway, it was a lazy way to just be in PJs at school, and then call themselves baby.
That's pretty cool.
But
what about you?
but
What did you do that? You did,
no,
didn't you?
I was way worse than them.
Oh man, what did you do?
Okay, so there's a story behind this though, because
Okay.
there was one year I didn't dress up for Halloween. I didn't have a costume because I didn't feel like it.
Hmm.
And everybody was asking me, where's your costume? I was literally maybe like one of 3 kids at school that wasn't dressed up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a big thing. Halloween is a big thing, and
Such a rebel.
everybody's yeah. So then after that year, I learned my lesson. The next year, I had a lazy costume, if you will. I was just all dressed up in black.
Wait, why did you dress up in
And-
black?
Black jeans, black I don't know.
Okay.
blouse.
Uh-huh.
Not blouse. Blouse? No, not blouse. Shirt.
Either
Black
one.
shirt. And they would be like, what are you dressed up as? Because they didn't know.
Yeah.
And I would say, yeah, I was just dressed up as a funeral attendee.
Wow. What did they
And-
respond? How did they respond?
They didn't know what to respond. It was just, okay.
That's so messed up, man.
That
Were you
shit turned-
laughing at him or were you like
No, not
straight
even.
face?
No, I had a straight face.
Oh wow, that's terrible.
I did. It's like,
You traumatized these kids.
maybe I did, but I was kind of annoyed, to be honest. I was, because it's like, stop asking me what I am. Anyway.
That was funny though. I would love to do that. I would have loved to do that as a kid. It's like a very Wednesday thing to do from the
Oh
Adam
yeah,
Family.
it is. It is. Oh yeah, yeah. So I had a whole persona going on. I don't know, man. Maybe I was emo at that time.
Were you?
maybe I was like, maybe I was like, more moody as a teenager or something like that.
I guess I mean, most teenagers are moody anyway, so I guess we were all the same anyway.
Eh.
I mean, look at me. I didn't even celebrate Halloween. I was like, oh, I'm too good for this. I'm going to heaven. You guys are going to hell because you guys are celebrating Satan, all that jazz.
Yeah.
But secretly, I was jealous because I wasn't getting any candy, I guess.
Mm.
And I didn't get to dress cool. Costumes, like, I don't even remember the costume growing up.
Mm. Do you remember your costumes that you put on in college?
Yeah.
What was that?
They were pretty, the first year. Oh, the first year for sure. So I started working in college. I started working at a Vietnamese restaurant.
Yeah.
And that first year, I was invited to a party, and I was like trying to figure out a costume. And I was working that night at the restaurant, and so I was like, oh, I figured out. And so I grabbed the pan,
Okay.
and I grabbed a spoon or whatever, a wooden spoon or chopsticks, I think. And I asked the chef to borrow his hat and the apron and stuff like that. And I went home, I put on like a white shirt, rolled it up and stuff like that, and put on the hat. It was a white hat, and put on the apron. And I was like, oh yeah, perfect, And so I was like a chef, a line cook or a chef. And I had this pan with me, and like I had this spoon and stuff, and it was so crazy because I didn't think of it. And so my friends came over, we started going to house parties, and it was so crazy because I show up, I was like, where's the party at? And then people start pouring drinks in the pan, and it was like a saucepan. So I start pouring it, like they pour it in there, and then we mix it together. And I start pouring it into people's mouths and stuff. And I was like, yo, this is pretty awesome. People took pictures of me like pouring the drinks over it and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool, and because I'd be like, what are we eating tonight and stuff, say dumb stuff like that. But that was the first costume that I just put together.
Did the chef ever know that you basically costume?
Yeah. I mean, I told him that's what I was gonna do,
and
I just grabbed the stuff that I needed. Oh no, yeah, and I grabbed a new apron from the back and stuff like that. So it's just like new black apron and stuff. And oh man, that was the first like costume I put together.
Okay.
And it was so funny because some of the people worked in sushi restaurants too, and they thought I was a sushi restaurant, and they were like, "Oh, just get off work." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not really a chef, bro." And so it was kind of hilarious, So a bunch of college kids, though. So yeah, for sure. What about you? Did you?
Oh man,
do any in college? Did you guys do anything? I know you cosplayed, didn't you?
I mean, not for Halloween.
Oh, not for Halloween. Okay,
but for like something called a Tacthon. Here, and it's a anime convention, but I know that cosplayers love Halloween because they get to cosplay during Halloween. It's like one of their favorite holidays.
Oh, but you never did it during Halloween.
No, because I think that when I discovered cosplay was rather when I was in college. But
that's it.
But yeah, I never did it for Halloween. I don't know why. But speaking of cosplay, did your leather jacket ever arrive? Or the David Martinez?
What leather jacket? Oh my god. The Cyberpunk Edge Runners cosplay?
Yeah.
No, I haven't received it yet. I'm kind of nervous. It's not going to come in.
Yeah, because I was wondering if you would have it in time for Halloween.
I don't think it's going to come in for Halloween. I'm kind of sad, I have an appointment with my barber to get my haircut done just the same way. So I'm hoping it comes in.
Oh yeah, but like, what if it doesn't come? And then you'll have that David Martinez haircut. Not the
I'll probably still go through with it. We'll see. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just it's iconic. But who's to say? Like, maybe David Martinez takes off his jacket from.
Yeah, but Halloween. Amy, you have to remember, Halloween's one day. A haircut lasts more longer than one day. I'm just remember I have oh man, I actually have to travel for work in like the first week of November, so it's gonna be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Wow, okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Oh man, that's gonna be funny walking around
Attack-a-thon had Halloween events.
Oh wait, was it done at the same time?
No, because the anime convention usually is in August,
Mm-hmm.
and then during Halloween they would have like a separate
Oh, I see.
like mini convention, but like Halloween theme.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
And I remember organizing, being part of the well, because I was
The
a
planning, I
coordinator
guess?
there. Yeah, so I was in charge with a few other people of the haunted house.
Oh, what?
And oh,
That's
that
pretty
was
cool.
fun. That was fun. So essentially, the girl that was in charge of the audio, she did it so well. So you know that like slow heartbeat bass, dum, dum, like it would be like suspense music,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and she was whispering something, but then she did it in reverse, so that it would sound like demonic,
Oh, wow. That's creepy.
in reverse, and it was very scary. But it was funny because she revealed to me what she was saying was like, "I love McDonald's. I like, I like
Wow.
fries." But then it's in reverse. It sounds like gibberish, and you wouldn't know what she's saying.
That's kind of clever.
So that it was that kind of atmosphere, and also we decided to turn off the lights. So it was a dark maze. It was a dark haunted house maze, and we gave the participants or customers, because you have to pay to get into haunted house, flashlights. So it's up to you to illuminate your path. But we had 3 Sadakos hiding somewhere in the maze, and I remember like sewing their white dresses.
Oh my god, terrible.
Like, very last minute. I hand sewed those things, and it was really badly
Do they have
done.
the long hair as well too?
Yeah, they had the long wig.
Was it real?
It was a wig.
Oh, it was a wig. Okay, gosh.
Some girls, I think there was 2 girls that had black
Actual,
long hair.
Oh,
yeah.
what? That's
so
creepy.
they didn't need to use the wig, but there was like a guy.
Uh-huh. Oh,
so
man.
he had to use the wig. No, it was very poorly done, the dresses, but it's okay because it was dark.
Yeah.
It was dark, and they did a fantastic job. Basically, they were crawling on the floor.
Oh my god, that's creepy.
Yeah. Some people went through it really quick because they got so spooked, so scared, that they just ran out of the room, the maze, and then they felt like that was not worth their money.
Oh, I see.
But I mean, what did you expect? You ran out of there though. Like you didn't take your time to walk through it.
That's true.
Anyway, that was that.
Was that a good experience, I guess? Putting that on?
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
Did you dress up during that time?
I didn't. I was so busy.
Like putting the haunted house together?
Yeah. Oh wait, did I? I think my go-to was I think my go-to was a hamster onesie.
Oh my god, really? That's hilarious.
Yeah, so like
that's not a real costume. That's just a onesie.
No, it's not. Yeah. But like I'd look like a hamster from afar. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. It'd be creepy though. Giant hamster.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of spooky things, do you have any spooky stories or scary experience that you've personally gone through?
You mean like actual real stories? Like
it could be, or like it could be like yeah.
I mean, I guess so. I have one.
Huh?
But it's kind of weird because I don't know if it's true or not. But all right, so it was in college. Me, my 2 friends, and we decided to go fishing. Usually we go fishing late at night, and so we decided to go like 2 in the morning or something like that. And it was a spot that was out of town, and it was next to a dam. It was a water treatment facility or something like that. And we decided to go there because they had white bass or striper.
Okay.
At the dam. And so we go and we get there, and you park a good way before you get to the dam. It's probably about 500 feet. And so we park at this parking lot, makeshift parking lot by the side of the road, and you have to walk through this kind of alley or whatever, and it's really dark. And so you walk about 500 feet, and then you get to the dam, the walkway up next to the dam, and it leads to the water treatment facility. And so when we get there, well, it's us 3 guys walking up there. We see a guy. He's on the railing, by the railing, fishing. And then further past him, maybe about 10 feet past him, is a girl. She's sitting there. She's sitting with her knees up to her face, and her arm is around her knee, and then her head down. We're like, okay, I guess we figured that they're together, whatever.
Okay.
And so, we go up there, we unpack our stuff, start doing our tackle and bait and stuff, and then the guy approaches us and, asks us what we're fishing. Then we're like, oh, we're fishing with white bass. And we ask him what he's doing. And he's doing the same thing, and he says he hasn't really caught anything. So we're like, okay, cool. And so we all do our own thing, don't worry about anything, then we just separate and, do our fishing and stuff. So maybe a good hour, 45 minutes to an hour go by, and then like he packs his stuff up and he comes by. He just yells at us, he's like, all right guys, I'm gonna head out, good luck. We're like, okay, and wave at him and disappears into the darkness.
Yeah.
And probably about 5 minutes later, I guess, doing our thing, mind our own business, and like the girl gets up, and mind you, no one has talked to her this whole time, even the guy. And so she gets up, has no shoes on, and just walks towards like the darkness where he went to. And she disappears. And I remember this distinctly. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And so I walked towards my friends, and like they saw the same thing, and we were all talking. We're like, yo, what was that? Like, were they together? And we were like trying to discuss things, because she looked really pale.
Yeah.
And she wore like a gray sweatpants, I think it was, or a gray sweatshirt, or either gray sweatpants and sweatshirts, or gray sweatshirt that was really long or something like that. It wasn't a dress, and her hair was short, but like it was really wet, like as if she's been sitting next to like the water from the dam too long. And so he never addressed her, he never looked in her direction, and we just never assumed anything, because she was facing us. But she had her head down, so obviously I'm not going to stare at somebody and stuff. And so it was really awkward. And,
were you like terrified at that point?
When she started walking away, and she walked far enough where you couldn't see her unless you turned around.
Yeah.
I felt the back of my hair, like back of my neck, like it perked up, because she walked by and then like disappeared behind you and into the darkness, and so
oh my God.
It was it's kind of a weird feeling. And so so that was the thing. And about maybe an hour and a half later, we got together and we decided to go, and we were talking about it the whole time. We were walking back, and then when we got to the parking lot, we were like, hey, do you guys remember seeing that guy's car? And we didn't remember seeing the car anywhere, God. Because it was just us, And that's why when we saw them, we were surprised. And so, this is like, mind you, this is like middle of nowhere. So there's no houses that is easily accessible or anything like that. And so
that's creepy.
We were just so confused. And so, so we got in the car, and like, we just was quiet on the ride. And like, for some reason we drove through the cemetery, and it was just kind of like weird the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
was probably.
Yeah. Was that near Halloween or?
No, it wasn't. It was just randomly in I think it was towards the end of summer.
Okay.
Like maybe August or September, but definitely probably during fall, because I remember it being kind of cold as well too.
Okay.
And so,
well, I mean, you guys were near a dam as well, so it was like
that too as well too. And so it was very unnerving, I guess you could say. That's probably the last time that I've had anything like that happen. I mean, there's been other times, but those times you question, you're like, oh, was that really real? But then this time it wasn't just me, my two friends, and it's just like,
so then there's like, it's valid, right? Like, you're not the only one seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, either she was a ghost, or either they were both ghosts, or she was really mad at him and didn't want to talk to him the whole time, or something like that.
or do you think she was like sleepy, or do you think that she ran away? Do you think that
I don't know. The weirdest, if she had shoes on, I would say that.
Okay.
That's the weirdest part, is that she didn't have shoes on.
Oh.
And the road to the alleyway is asphalt, because trucks drive from there to the water treatment facility. And so there's no reason to not wear shoes, basically. I can understand it was like a beach or something, but this wasn't.
Or maybe.
And the parking lot was a dirt parking lot.
Or do you think she was like a captive? I don't know. That turned dark really quick.
I mean, if she was a captive, she wouldn't follow him, unless he said something to her.
Oh.
He never talked to her.
Okay.
So that's the weirdest part about it. And so.
Wow, that story was way spookier than what I had in mind for my own. Like,
yeah, it was just a fishing trip, right? So it's just like, I don't know, it's just one of those things that stick with you. And now, like, I don't really like going fishing at night anymore.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. I don't think that anybody would after experiencing that.
Yeah, for sure.
What is it about fishing in the night? Are there certain fishes that only come out at night?
Yeah, sometimes you do better at night, depending.
didn't know
Sometimes it might be too hot during the day or something like that.
Oh.
You just never know, basically. Or some fishes are more active at night, things like that.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, how about you? Any scary stories, spooky stories, or anything like that?
Well, it's really silly. It was spooky at the time, at my age. So
It used to be spooky.
it used to be spooky. So story time. I was maybe 6. My brother is a year younger than I am, so he was 5. And sometimes I'm like very amazed at how much imagination I had, and also at the same time the stupidity for believing in my own made up story.
Oh my god.
So okay. So I told my brother, just to scare him, because it was fun. I told him that, we had these humidifier machines that my parents put in each room.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it was an Asian thing.
Yeah.
Like, humidity is good for you or something like that. So they would have these vapors, right? And they would have a small green light just to indicate that the machine was working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so then I was telling him that, do you know the real reason why our parents put these machines in our room?
Oh god.
And he's like, why? And I said, well, because it emits a light. And then without a light source, the spiders will come out.
Spiders?
Yes,
Wow.
The spiders will come out without the light source because they despise light. So, in order to protect us, Mom and Dad put these machines in our room so that we would be illuminated and then we would be safe from the spiders. And he was scared. But I got scared of my own story.
No way. So you made sure the light was on and stuff and everything?
Yeah, well, like, it's stupid because I told myself, yeah, it's just made up story. But I'm like, but what if?
What if it's true? The story I made up.
What if it's true?
It's true. The light's on. I don't see any spiders. If it's off, then I can't see anything.
Yeah.
You might see spiders. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
so
that's hilarious.
That's my stupid story.
Wait, so how long did you
spooky
believe
story.
that for? I'm interested to know that.
Okay, not that long, okay?
Oh, okay.
Not like years, okay? Not even months. Like, it was just like, I don't know, maybe like a week or something like that. It was just...
my goodness, that is pretty creepy.
I was 6 years old. Like, I had a...
Wow.
Kids have a vast imagination.
Terrible sister. Hilarious, though. Oh, man. Well, that was a great way to wrap up the show. If you guys have any funny or scary stories involving Halloween, share them with us by writing to the amtake@gmail.com. That's TheAMTAKE@gmail.com.
Yep, Halloween is next week, and so make sure you check the candies carefully if your kids are going trick-or-treating, and keep making new and fun spooky memories. We'll see you next week as we have a more serious discussion about women's rights and the protests happening in Iran currently. Until then, bye.
We'll see you next week.